Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Team Gravity Fight Night. My name is Jack Attack, and with me is the inimitable Tempo. How are you doing, Tempo?
Doing pretty well, man. How about yourself?
Oh, man, I'm so excited. We have unreal matches tonight. Fantasy? What? Fantasy? I don't know how you guys hook up these show matches, but I'm so happy to be a part of it. Seed also, that's the main thing. God. Talk to me, Tempo.
Yeah, and beforehand, we get a nice down-under rivalry going on with Petraeus and Aegis.
Yep.
And I believe it will be Semper, Team Gravity's own Semper, by the way, versus desRow. So
gonna be pretty sweet. I haven't seen too much desRow or Semper play, so it's gonna be pretty wild for me. Just getting to get to know them through the game just a little bit. Have you watched any Semper stuff, since that's going to be our first match coming up?
I've actually watched quite a bit of Semper, you know, a lot of the qualifiers for WCS, and then I think that same week, there were I believe, the ESL weeklies. And also desRow, speaking of, used to run this tournament. I don't know if he does it anymore, the desRow Weekly, that I believe I had casted a few games of his as well, so.
Cool. Wait, did he host the tournament and play in the same tournament?
No.
The desRow Weekly? Let me host this tournament.
He casted the tournament, hosted it, and played in it.
Cool. Yeah, man. When Lycan and desRow started doing the weekly leagues at the same time, I was like, oh, that's great. It's like, I'm still just gonna watch GSL and Pro League, but that's still great.
I find it really funny though. Yeah, they had their whole little thing, especially because they both have their talk shows as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, hey guys, I'm gonna do a talk show, and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna do a talk show. It's like, I'm gonna do a weekly tournament. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna do a weekly tournament. And I'm like, oh man. Apparently, it wasn't all intentional. Like they just happened to do it and set it up and announce it at the same time.
Yep. Yeah. Totally not intentional. So. What came first, the chicken or the egg, right?
The chicken or the egg.
It's that age-old story, age-old question that can never truly be answered. What came first, Remax or the late game?
The late game. Well, I'm gonna assume the late game came out last because it is the late game. So
it is. Well, but the thing is,
you do Remax in the late game.
Do you get to the late game before you can Remax? Because when you max for the first time, you're pretty much at the late game, right? And then
unless
you Remax at that, you know.
I've seen live Remax at like the 14-minute mark. I'm like, okay, you're kind of crazy, man.
That's fair. If there's a Zerg involved, remaxing definitely happens earlier. Mid-game remaxes are not impossible for them. But yeah, so we managed to skip past for a second. The reason why we're here, the reason why we can do what we're doing right now is because of our fantastic, lovely sponsors. We have Hitbox TV. Hitbox TV/Team Gravity. If you're not watching on Hitbox TV/Team Gravity right now, you're doing it wrong. Everyone makes mistakes. You've just made a mistake. It's okay. Accept it. Move on. Click through from Team Liquid into Team Gravity. Get in the chat. Hang out with us. Have a good time. Throw some GIFs. Throw some GIFs. Whichever you want to, you know, whichever kind you want to throw in there. You get to choose. The choice is yours, etc. Also, we have, I believe, Spawning Tool as well. Another sponsor. They are a fantastic statistics website, and if you know me and my love for spreadsheets and statistics, you'll know coming from me that Spawning Tool is awesome. It's super cool. A lot of really awesome integrations with various things. You can really get to know what's going on in the metagame, what's going on in the professional scene from very like removed sampler. Like, oh yes, most people are going Blink in PvP these days, and you can just say that. And you can be very smart. You know, it's like, oh, I want to be very smart in StarCraft. Go over to Spawning Tool. And you can say, oh yes, the one gate expand. It's quite popular right now with the single gas in TvP.
Yeah. Well, looks like we are jumping into the game. I don't know. I forget. We got the intros, right? Like the ping.
Oh, we got some super intros coming on up. So we'll throw it to that, and then we'll see you guys in the game.
Team Gravity presents Fight Night.
Y'all ready for this?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Team Gravity Fight Night. Here we are, spawning on Coda. And this guy is spawning in the bottom right corner, representing desRow. In the Panda tribe, it is desRow.
And we have spawning in the top left, the yellow Terran, the hometown hero. It's Team Gravity's own Semper.
Indeed, a TVP.
Indeed.
And, you know, Semper is the kind of player that loves his drops. He loves to test your multitasking, see if you can handle a lot of things at the same time. And the kind of style that I've seen desRow do a lot more is at least way before. I guess I don't know how he plays nowadays, but it has been a lot of the more conservative style. You know, like chill back, deal with what the Terran throws at you, and then kill you. Or he would take an advantage. If he gets an advantage really early, he'll capitalize on that advantage and then try to kill you as well. But for the most part, I've seen him kind of play a little bit more chill, which does make me fear a little bit, because Semper like will drop you in one place and then he drops, you know, in another place, and then he drops your mama at the same time. Like, he's just all over the place pretty much. Like,
This is rude, man.
yo, when he gets moving, he doesn't like to stop, that's for sure.
Now, unfortunately, Tempo and I were trying to set up a song cast for one of these casts, and the internet does not we found out today, it's kind of amazing, the internet does not transmit data instantly. It's actually, it's not perfectly instantly, and with music, if the timing is off just a tiny little bit, it messes stuff up. But I had an idea, Tempo, for this particular cast, if you wanted to give it a try. I'd like to challenge you to a rhyme cast, and the rules are that you have to the best of your ability, rhyme the entire cast until the end of the game.
Damn. Well, at least it's not a
accept
TVP.
the challenge.
I mean, at least it's not a ZVP Swarmhost days, right? Imagine that. All right, all right. Challenge accepted. So as we go into this TVP, we see the probe fighting that SCV.
SCVs running around trying to prevent the Nexus from going down, but it's not going to last for all that long, and it's too bad we have to do this in rap instead of a song, but the Nexus will complete after the mating ritual is done. And Tempo, what do you have
the
to
HP
say about
is like
that,
nearly
son?
at 1, but the Reaper has now gone to the base, trying to throw some bullets in that probe's face, and the mothership core is going to get it pretty low. And now the Reaper now has jumped down below.
Catching the bullets in the face is definitely not what you want, but this Reaper is just barely hanging alive by a little bit of the HPs. You don't know, you don't seize what's going on here, so he throws down the pylon on the top, but the tech is yet to drop down, and that is the end. That is the end of the sound.
That was a nice internal rhyme there, Jack. But let's go right on back to Semper's base as he's dropping the factory, and it seems like his expansion is nearly complete.
Nearly complete it is, Tempo, and I know exactly where this is gonna go. It's gonna go directly into a giant attack. Well, maybe not, but that is potentially a fact, and the Reaper is gonna continue getting the scouting information. In the meantime, desRow is living in the dark. He's going to have to find out the information deep inside of his own heart.
Well, the next building coming down for Semper is a starport that just went I feel like he's going to be doing a Widowmine drop, though. And if desRow is not prepared for it, he might lose a lot of probes.
Might lose a lot of probes for sure. He's got a Stalker out to try and deflect that attack. And how many times are we going to rhyme attack in this cast? I don't know. I hope it isn't too whack.
Well, desRow seems to get a lot of saturation. Why did I just say saturation?
It's okay. It's just all about the implementation. It's not something that you have to worry about. It's not like we're on habitation station. Don't worry about it. Don't freak out. We got the Reaper in the front checking things out. He's going to make sure that everything is A-okay, and that is exactly the only thing that I am going to say.
Well, from that starport, it was a medevac, and looks like these Marines are walking through this map to try to get to the base of desRow with the Widowmine drop soon.
Looks like a two-pronged attack.
It could be, I believe so, because if he transfers all of his probes, then the Marines will be able to get a lot of kills, and desRow will soon be writing his will, because you know a probe with no economy is a pretty bad state.
It's pretty bad.
You don't want to be.
It's biblical like Deuteronomy.
You don't want to be in that
Oh,
situation.
the Widowmine drop is coming down. Wait for the explosions. Listen for the sound, the click, and oh, they go. What an excellent split of the probes. Barely any damage done. That last Widowmine attack just went into the heart of the sun, dealing no damage to anything at all, unhappily so. And Beast is going to do some fantastic observing for the rest of this show.
Yes, Beast, once again, also repping Team Gravity. But, you know, that Widowmine drop, it really wasn't too bad to me. The fact is, desRow still sitting at about 45, while Semper is only at 39, and he's trying to transition into a bio kind of composition, and desRow's going to take another expansion in this position. That is the third.
Three base versus 2 over here. Do we have any sort of expansion coming out from the Terran on the other side of this? Is not Belshir. No, it's actually Coda LE. I screwed up for a bit to make it rhyme. I hope you don't mind. I hope you'll find in time that more Widowmine drops coming down, burrowing in, but fantastic pulls and reaction time saves most of the damage. And this is not a Maru play. Maru's not coming in and saving the day with his massive Widowmine drops. You're trying to make it work, but sometimes you just get the flops.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a strat that you see on the ladder, but desRow making it seem like it doesn't even matter. He's going to research Blink for now to make his Stalkers even stronger. To see exactly what he's going to be doing. And the way that these probes, mineral pursuing to make that economy just kaboom. Well, Semper finally gets some damage to be desRow's doom.
Throughout the room, like the sounds that bounce off these walls into the microphones to let you know just exactly how these two Terran and Protoss will own each other in some way. Another drop.
Whoa, that's a drop of doom.
Drop of doom. How many we've got drops coming in across that? Boom. The extra speed from the medevac boost. Looks like 3 medevacs for my mini map, but I can't tell for sure.
Oh, speaking of the drop, I think the probe might spot it. Oh, now they're just going to drop over here. That's not it. It feels like, though, the probe might die. He's going to be the sacrificial lamb. But will this third base have the mothership core to make it not give a damn? It doesn't seem like it's in position.
That is a very small Protoss army coming in. The force fields, will they drop? No, focusing down, trying to get the Colossus, but it pulls back and he keeps it alive. Defending the third base is exactly what he was striving to do, to pull it off, to make it happen, to make it real. And oh, the blink forward! Almost barely getting the medevac there for real.
It was just by a hair, for real, as he does deflect that attack. And now Semper seems to be loading and heading on back. Pause
Oh,
for
pause
30
please
seconds.
for 30 seconds.
It's
We
simply to
get
wipe the
take
sweat
a
off his
breath.
brow that Semper is wrecking.
His face for now, but perhaps Semper will be able to make it come back. We'll have to see after the pause, please, 30 seconds, but we don't know why. We have no understanding, no recollection at all of why desRow needs to pause. Perhaps he's switching over to the stream to say, how are those rhymes coming out from y'all? Not 100% sure, but we have to kind of keep it going during this downtime and attempt not to bring focus to the attention that we are in a pausing of the rhymes. But no, Tempo, we got another drop coming out. What do you think? What do you think will happen as this moves out?
It's surprising now they haven't really gotten a fight. He tried to drop on the left, but it looks like he's going to the right. Now that army is sitting there at the third of desRow, and Semper is coming to the main, but the core might be able to deflect it. You know, he's not playing like it's a Nintendo at all.
The drop coming in. Oh, the Stalkers are in position, but it might not be enough. Making the drop. There's a lot of forces here coming through the Colossus to reinforce, making sure that this Terran attacking force does not do exactly what you might do with a horse. I don't really know, but he's going to have to pick up and get out of there before the end of this flow. Oh, makes it out
and
alive.
On the left, another push. He might make that expansion go down, but the Colossus and the Zealots are holding it down. But if he does have some success, desRow will be
target
frowning.
fire
One
on the
Colossus down.
Colossus.
And a second will follow.
Down.
Zealots will cut those Marauders until they're hollow. As if they're carving a pumpkin, but no, they are not. This is StarCraft 2. And it's also called HOTS.
Nice save, Tempo. You almost sunk the ship, but you're staying alive just now for the fun of it. That's another Colossus picked off, but excellent focus fire with the Stalkers. Making it happen, keeping it alive like something that rhymes with Stalkers.
Well, there's certainly not walkers as these droppers are going on this map. Semper doesn't like to have his units exercise a lot. He just drops them all over the place, trying to get up in desRow's face. The Colossus coming back to go and try to defend his base, but will he do it? It seems like these concussive shells are real, making the Zealots feel like they wish they had speed, but they do. Gonna charge on down. And yeah, it seems like a lot of the fights are happening on the ground. Not really a lot of air units coming out from either.
100%. We got another drops. We got drops galore all over the place, all over the killing floor that is this battlefield Coda LE. We'll just have to wait. We'll just have to see exactly. We got 4 medevacs full of units coming through, dropping right on all the structures of desRow to cause destruction right in this fool's face.
Oh no, and there was only one Templar. But without much energy, he's not going to get far. That Widowmine is going to be doing a lot of damage. It has already shot. But where's desRow's army, yo? What has he got? Another drop on the third.
He doesn't got much. All of his Colossus has been picked off, and now he loses the Robo. How is he supposed to make a death fall without any of that stuff? Oh no. He's got the reinforcements warping in, but the Nexus is down. Who does he think he is? Holt sniping Nexus left and right, picking up and getting out of this fight, trying to stay alive. The Stalkers focus fire, but it's not enough. The wrong medevac was attacked. That is, oh my god, another drop. When will this action stop?
I really told you, Semper loves this style. Left on to the right. It's just, he's going wild. Another Stalker, or 5 that are warping in, but this Nexus is gonna go down. I think Semper might win. This desRow with supply blocks. He can't warp anything in. 2 feedbacks need to go down right now, but will he do it? Oh, they did it at the last minute. I almost thought they'd say screw it. But the Zealots seem to clean it up, but the damage being done in the main once again. This cannon is gonna flop because it just got about 2 shots off. Another Nexus trying to warp in, but it will not. Perhaps it will.
can't believe that Medevac escaped. He shit it right in the Stalker's face, and desRow has pretty much no economy left. All his Nexuses are sniped. All of his bases are bereft of any sort of economy type of a thing. He's got probes that they're running around. They might as well be doing nothing at all.
Yeah, this is more of a rap, not a sing kind of thing, as these probes were going to get annihilated. And I feel like desRow's bases is just getting raided. It's a little too much for him to handle. Semper's max, 202. I don't think desRow can hold a candle. It's just not happening. Another Nexus might drop. This is a beautiful position that Semper has landed in. And the huge army outside of the natural. Probes transferring, don't even know what is happening.
Oh my god, and another
making
Nexus
it rain.
fell during the main battle. That is absolute hell for desRow. He's fighting on, he's got that tenacity, but it seems that all of his units are at 50% opacity. It's like they're barely even there. Nothing is even happening, and everything is demolished. It's time for you to give up. Where are the Manor Mules? Get out of this game. GG, Semper. He's got his claim to fame. Takes out desRow in game 1 of the Team Gravity Fight Night, sponsored by Hitbox. Ouch.
Woo! Sick toss. Damn, that shit is hard, man. I mean, that ish is hard. But yeah.
That was a good time, man.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, man. It would be so great if there wasn't delay, so I could like come in on time and like rhyme with the stuff that you're saying to like pick up the next piece. But it's like
I know exactly what you
mean. Internet stuff does not transmit immediately, and I'm really upset about it. And just like the technology
you need
needs
to like
be there.
plug in a fiber optic cable that just runs underground from my house to your house. But we'd also have to probably get to B's house too, because he's the one doing the observing. If you guys were paying attention, catching all that action, you know, if you're gonna have a guy like Semper on your team, you better be a good observer, because that guy's everywhere.
Seriously. That was nuts, man. You just like drop, didn't work. I don't care. I'm dropping again, drop it again. Oh, that was great, man.
Yeah,
that was
but
great.
like I was saying before, I'm telling you that Semper is a player who loves doing that, pulls you apart all over the place. And you know, did we see desRow really move out onto the map? He tried to, but then he would always have to go back pretty much every time. And there was not ever really an attack by desRow, you know? He was pretty much in his base the whole game playing SimCity.
Yep. 100%, man. It was like, did you watch the GSL round of 8 fantasy versus, not fantasy. Yeah, fantasy versus Rain? Maru versus Rain? It was Maru versus Rain. Did you see that? Any of that at all?
I didn't see that one, no. That was when I was getting my sleep back. Because I've been watching.
It was very similar style. Like Maru was just dropping like crazy, but Rain was just like wax on, wax off, like 100%.
Rain, yeah, Rain is a player that is so good at dealing with stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know, splitting the units exactly, and reacting. You know, because a lot of the times where desRow he wasn't reacting fast enough, and or at least maybe having observers around the map, I would say, to kind of see where it was coming from. I don't think he was expecting that magnitude of drops. So like,
yeah,
it was kind of ridiculous. You know, 3 medevacs was the minimum. It felt like.
Yeah, I mean, and even just like right from the get-go, there are a lot of people open up Widow Mine drops in TVP. It's pretty popular, but that just sort of once the first drop is done, the next drop is coming, the next drop is coming, the next drop is coming. Is just really, it's just difficult to deal with in a major way. The next map is going to be Echo LE. So there's a little bit less room in the back of the base to be fancy with the drops compared to Coda. So that's kind of nice for desRow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess depending on what third that desRow takes, right? Usually you'll see that one right above the main. So you usually will have to pass through the third, or at least if there's an observer there, you're not going to get by it without it being seen. So I think that we will go to a 60-second break before the next game. Haha.
I think so too.
All right, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be back here with game number 2 between desRow and Semper.
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Team Gravity's Fight Night. We're on game 2. Semper just ripped desRow apart with, I think, about 10,000 drops. It was at least over 9,000 drops, probably like 10 or 11,000 drops.
It was a lot of drops, man.
Yeah, I mean, so that was Coda. The next map is going to be Echo LE. Who even knows, man? I mean, I feel like this is going to be some crazy stuff. I wonder if like desRow will try to do some sort of an attack to just avoid the fact the whole like dropping mid game. How is he going to deal with it? I think is the big question. But we are loaded into the game absolutely right now, and we have spawning in the top left section of our screen the player who won the first game with lots and lots of drops. Will he be able to make it happen on this map? It's the Yellow Terran, the hometown hero, Team Gravity's Semper.
And his opponent spawning in the bottom right corner, representing himself, as well as, I believe, Montreal area. It is desRow. Just Quebec. I don't know if he's actually from there.
Yeah, I actually don't know what part of Canada desRow is from. He does have the French-Canadian vibe about him, I'm quite sure. But not 100%. But yeah, so
I'm still impressed we went through that whole thing. I was like, wow, hot damn. A lot easier with
you know what's funny? Like, afterwards, when you were talking regularly, my mind was like
probably thought I was like rhyming,
picking up all the rhymes. It was like, oh, he just said attack there. Oh, technically that can link up with back because he happened to say back. Like total, not just
internal rhymes.
All the rhymes, man. Oh yeah, super fun.
Well, I guess we'll give him a little bit of a cast here as we are able to use our minds to at least analyze the game as best as we can, because the way that your mind works, it's a little bit harder to process all the information you're getting and, you know, do it at the same time while kind of like forecasting what's going to happen next.
Play by play when
yeah, exactly.
when you're we're not that good yet. We'll get there, man. We gotta train hard.
I think it was good. Edgar Allan Poe couldn't have done that, so I feel good. I feel good.
You don't know, man. Edgar Allan Poe is like the freestyle god of his time. No one,
and the sickest StarCraft 2 caster of all time too. Well, StarCraft .2.
For sure, man. This is really interesting. desRow going 1 in each for the gases.
Yeah. He started out with 2 in them, and then he pulled 1 out of each in order to saturate the mineral, while Semper is going for a CC first this time. So a double racks to follow it up.
Double racks. Yep. So one of the, I think the safer options to follow the CC first. You get to get that army up nice and quick to deal with any sort of shenanigans. Probably going to throw down a bunker.
Especially like Oracle. Usually you want to get the 3rd racks in order to get enough Marines out for it, to get more Marines for each of your mineral lines. Because, I don't know, does desRow, I'm wondering if he does a lot of Oracle kind of play. But just by
he does a lot of Robo.
Yeah, Robo style. I noticed that.
Yeah.
And even when he coaches and whatnot, I believe that's the kind of style that he likes to teach. And it's a safe style. It's one of the most standard PvT styles out there.
Yeah, the Robo is nice because you get pretty much everything. Or you get a little bit of it. You get some detection. You get the splash damage. You open up the drop tech if you need it. Immortals are just this all-around good unit on the ground where it's like, okay, I need some extra meat to my army. I can't just have a gateway force. Throw in some Immortals, and you have a little bit of backbone there that can sort of help you survive into the later stages of the game. So it is this nice style to play. It's a lot less fragile and APM intensive than things like
I would say so too.
Phoenix or Blink. Or
say you
like
Blink style. If you do the Blink style, that's another that a lot of Protoss like to do. That's the more control type. Like you'll see Parting, you know, if he's not proxy oracling or something crazy, get the Blink out, control drops before they are able to unload. And if he wants to follow it up with an all-in, he can go ahead and do that. Terrans hate Blink stalkers when it comes to all-ins, and they have to realize that it's coming, or else they're going to be overwhelmed pretty quickly, especially if stim is not done or they don't have enough medevacs out. They lose medevacs because they try to drop and then realize that a bunch of Blink stalkers are waiting for them, then it can be pretty problematic. So,
yep. I mean,
that's not the style we'll see today.
Sort of like
just now.
Yeah, for sure. We are seeing that Robo come out of desRow as predicted, so he's going to have that the sort of solid style. He's got the rally across the map, so it looks like that first unit out of the Robo is going to be the Observer. Going to get himself some information, because I think he's been pretty much in the dark this whole time.
He has been, and he was kind of in the dark last game too, right? It seems like he understands the matchup, especially at this stage. And I think the only problem here is that he doesn't realize that it was a CC first. And he's probably very paranoid about another Widowmine drop. And
yeah, he didn't send out a probe scout.
Nope, not at all. So Semper playing it very safe with the Marines there inside of his mineral line. And he has one in the bunker just to kind of spot, looking out with the binoculars, it looks like. And if an Oracle were to come by, he would be ready for it. Whereas desRow, he doesn't know. He kind of knows, I guess, the potential things that could happen. But Semper's playing the greedier style. And he's going to get away with it pretty easily.
Yeah, he's going up to 3 gates right now, and he's getting up to his Colossus tech pretty quickly. The Twilight Council as well coming down. Do we have Fortis yet? I don't think so. No. So it looks like Terran is going to be very much ahead in upgrades for at least the time being. We'll see. A lot of times what will happen in a TVP is the Protoss will use either an Oracle or some kind of a splash damage to be able to secure their third base, either keeping the Terran back or just sort of defending them more like heavyweight. So we'll probably see like Colossus come out first before the third.
Yep. And desRow, he's going for that Twilight, so he will be getting the blink. Back in the day, you would see that get like for the charge, right? But before the Widowmines did a lot of damage to the shield because you could transition into Charge Lot Archon pretty easily. But nowadays, it's not as easy to go for that.
Yeah, there was a style for a while where you could go Charge Lot Archon and Archon. There was a style for a while to go Charge Lot Archon in the PvT, which can't anymore. Charcon, Char, it's a Pokemon kind of thing, you get it. And, but yeah, you could go Charge Lot Archon for a while, but I think, that Widowmine really shut it down in a major way. But, we're starting to see a resurgence of that kind of stuff in Legacy of the Void, a lot of non-Colossus styles coming up for various reasons, which is kind of cool.
I love it.
Yeah,
so... Sure. What do we got Semper doing here? The first medevacs are just now out.
There it is.
Have an idea of what Semper wants to do with this medevac? Oh, whoa, there is a third TC, yeah.
They just started, and he started on the low ground. A little bit risky. Not a lot of times you see a third CC in the main, which is where I was looking for. I was like, man, where's that third CC? But
especially because of this map, right? You can just float it down pretty easily.
The rocks are helpful. Or the debris, whatever they happen to be.
The debris.
Just sort of. The debris, yes. Oh, yes, the debris here will be dissuading any sort of assault on this third base. Is very nice for Semper. But yeah, so I mean, we're in super macro town, man. How do you feel, macro tempo?
Mode, yeah. I mean, after last game, I think that it'll allow desRow to show off a little bit more. This is where he shines, He didn't have to deal with any early attacks. And even though he hasn't really scouted yet, he does know about the third. He has pylons all around the map, or at least did. I know that a Marine did see it. A Zealot did guard that pylon.
So far.
Yep. Oh, this drop is going to take it out, most likely at some point. But this is desRow's comfort zone. His blink is complete. He's just now getting his 1-1 upgrades because he double forged. But keep in mind that he does have that Chrono Boost, so he will be able to continue with it, even though he's down by just 1 upgrade right now. Semper's only working off of 1 Engineering Bay at the moment. Whoa! Oh, that Colossus might go down. Really nice force field here from desRow, though.
Yeah, really nice force field. He was super vulnerable for a time. He was really getting pulled out of position, but Semper not ready with the drop to take advantage of that just yet. But nice positional play overall, the kind of play that we sort of come to expect. From Semper. And but yeah, man, desRow's getting ready. He's gonna des ball it up. Get it going.
And it's a great map to do it too. He hit.
Oh yeah.
Well, he didn't hit the cooling towers yet. It's actually Semper that did. But this is, I guess, Echo is kind of a macro map to an extent. I guess like 3 base, right? The 4th bases get a little bit weird. Yeah. But I think so far so good here for both players. It's not like Semper. Well, I was gonna say it's not like Semper did something right now, like 2 base all in. He already got the third. He's already saturated. He's up by a lot of supply, And it only makes me fear because that's going to continue to happen. He's going to get a huge burst of supply, and you'll see a lot of production start to really kick in.
And his big drop coming down. We do have a drop on the right side at the same time. He's focusing some stuff down. Good positioning here. Nice hit on that Widow Mine. No economic damage dealt so far. Oh, man. desRow totally prepared for this. He has all the units that he needs now. He's feeling really good. That was a nice defense.
He's a lot more comfortable in this game. Definitely feeling it. And if he continues to hold on, he's going to have his charge on the way. 2-2 is on the way as well. Semper is only just now beginning his, as he just had his armor complete.
He just lost a full medevac to the Photon Overcharge, unfortunately. Focusing down the upgrades right now. Going to get one of them. Really nice pick off there.
Yeah. desRow put it in a position that he would never, well, he thought that it would never get hit, right? Like, that is as tucked away as possible. Semper still found a way. The Widow Mine is still here, and it actually does friendly fire damage. Yay! There it goes. Back. But another drop in the main.
Those cannons.
I need to really condition myself to cast this guy. Yeah. It's a lot different.
It's hard to keep up, man.
Oh, that's actually the Blink Stalker's a little bit scared and realizing that they can't really deal with it alone, as they do require the support from those Zealots. The Zealots.
Semper using this map control and the supply advantage to take a fourth right now. Really good way to sort of, when you're ahead, get more ahead. 2-2 coming in as well. And, oh, man, those Widow Mines in the third still doing work.
Wow. How many kills does it have? That has one for now, but it is going to reload again.
Oh, no, but we've got one in the mineral line that has 4 as well. Oh, man. Goodness. 7 total kills in this corner. 14 probes have been killed in the last wave of attacks.
That is really good here, as desRow was only
down
to
man,
50.
Triple drop. We have drops everywhere. We have 3 squadrons of drops incoming here. Not perfectly timed, but right on top of the upgrades. The 3-2 upgrades absolutely going to be taken out over here at the same time. We have the production in the right side being taken out and all that, and he's going to drop the third at the same time. What? Semper is absolutely everywhere. He doesn't care. He's like, I will never engage your army. It is not necessary. If all your buildings are dead, I don't have to fight your army. And he just gives, GG. Death by harass. 2 games in a row. desRow able in the beginning of that game to get nice and comfortable and in position, but Semper, I mean, he was ahead in supply the whole time.
Yeah. Starting out with that CC first, and what the hell, man? Like, everywhere, just all the time. It just doesn't stop. Like, I don't know what else to say. desRow did a really good job in the first couple drops, but after that, he just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like it takes this incredible consistency to be able to deal with that for an entire game. And like you said, in the beginning he was doing all right, but he couldn't keep it up. Nope. Very, very difficult style to deal with. And Nexus, planetary Nexus or not, still difficult to do. Super high APM stuff going on.
Yep.
Now, our next map is a map that I think everyone will agree is awful for drops. Bonnie Research Station, known far and wide as the bad for drops map. That, of course, is sarcastic. Bonnie Research Station is one of the most droppable maps in the map pool, and we are on match point for the
I agree with you to an extent, Jack Attack, but I'm gonna I was gonna try to be as nice as possible. I was like, all right. Yeah, but as Jack has said, you already know the airspace is just, it goes on for miles pretty much in the back, and it's very easy to just go across the map. Even though you have a very secure base, you still get dropped pretty damn easily. So I guess we are going to be going to it. And
yeah, absolutely. I mean,
that badass graphic
I was watching GSL. I think that what the hell Artosis called it? Like you have your super droppable base, and then you have the third. Like he didn't even call it a natural. He just called it like, oh man, something like that. It's just really difficult to deal with. A lot of pro players were either all in or open Phoenix on this map. Speaking of players, we've got one of those. He's up 2-0. This is a best of 5. That means if this player in the top section of our screen wins right now, that's it. He wins all the dirty esports money. 10 dirty esports money directly into his dirty esports pocket. It's Team Gravity Semper.
And his opponent spawning to the southern location, standing for no one but himself, it is desRow. And he is going to need to do something a little different this game because it's just not working out, the defending style, you know? Like, Semper is on top of him, and it is just... You got him in, like, the sleeper hold with, like, the cross-face chicken wing and, like, the leg grapple around the waist to, like, at the same time. It's kind of intense. Looking like a UFC move at the moment. The way that Semper seems to be.
It's really scary. It's just to watch Semper play. I'm always for the underdog, you know what I mean? I'm always like rooting for the underdog here, and I didn't know that desRow would be the underdog going into it, but now I'm pretty sure that that is the case. I'm hoping that he figures out a way to pull out of this. Semper this time, going for a little bit more standard Reaper expand. He's very clearly strong with the drops, but we'll see if he can get anything done with the Reaper. Most of the time it is just for scouting in this particular matchup.
Yeah, we saw him do it on Coda. Decided to play it a little bit more greedy on Echo. Paid off for him, as he was pretty much untouched. And that's something that we need to note for both games. We haven't seen desRow really putting any pressure on Semper. No Warp Prism, no kind of Oracle attacks. You know, Phoenixes in the sky to deal with the drops. I would think that would be one of the greatest styles to play Semper, or to play against Semper. You know, some kind of Phoenix Colossus or something, but... I guess the strength in Phoenix Colossus is shutting the drop down before it really hits you. If you don't get those drops beforehand, Phoenixes don't really do too well against a big medevac full of units.
Yeah, and that young chick, like, Phoenix Colossus style is really fragile. It's really fragile.
Oh, it's super fragile.
One wrong move and you're toast. It's not one of those styles where you're like, oh, okay, I'll just try that out this game. Like, it takes a lot of
you have to really practice it
to really fully understand that style, how to make the different the correct decisions to get yourself in the right position to be able to capitalize. And I have seen some players...
told me that he doesn't like that style. Like he told me, he's like, no, I don't like that style at all. So I doubt we'll ever see it out of him unless he decides to explore it.
Yeah, I do.
But he's told me specifically that he hates it.
Some players will open up Phoenix and go up to like 5 or so Phoenix and just not build Phoenix anymore and just sort of use that to deal with the drops and just transfer into the usual sort of Blink Colossus style. But I do think we'll see a Robo here out of desRow. And, you know, Semper's going to be pretty happy about that.
Oh, for sure. He already got in with the Reaper. Saw a little bit. Didn't get to really see much, but I believe he did confirm the expansion. Saw the double gas as well. And what he's going to do, I guess, is just what he does best. Just chill out, get ready for his medevacs to come out, and make the magic happen. However, there is a Mothership Core here. There's nothing here. There's only 2 Marines. Uh-oh.
When the 2 Marines lose against a Mothership Core, and Semper is very aware of that. Now that he has the 3rd Marine, he will be able to fight it straight up.
Wow, even using the bunker for a little bit of range. That was cool. Yep.
Oh, man. He almost gets it. That's good. So I was like, oh, man, is he going to use the bunker to get the extra range and then unload? And I was like, and then he did. I was like, yes.
Like instantly.
And man.
Semper dropping down the Ghost Academy. And this Ghost Academy coming down is not at a time where, like, you're going for that SCV pull with the 3 ghosts and whatnot. Like, this is some dragon style right now. So I think we're going to see some interesting play. He's up 2 games. It's fight night. Maybe playing with his food a little bit.
Yeah, man. You know, it is a show match, and he may be putting on a show for us here at this point. We do see the Robo. Twilight Council coming down a little bit earlier than the last couple of games from desRow, so he'll be in a good position to get an early blink if he decides to go for that. He still is off of 1 gate, so... Oh, man, and a Forge. Yeah, desRow going pretty tech-heavy here into not going to be able to do any sort of pressure for quite some time.
No, not at all. He still hasn't used the Twilight yet, so I'm wondering. I assume it's going to be for Blink, but we haven't seen it get researched just yet.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a mistake.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, just having the Twilight for that amount of time. There it is. The blink is coming down. So a little bit mistimed, but overall, pretty solid. He's going to be getting +1 armor upgrades. Very sort of comfortable thing to do against the attacks of the Terran. They have a lot, especially Marines, just really get hurt when your opponent has the armor advantage.
Uh-huh. And the Zealots just never die, right? The style that Semper's going for is going to be kind of a little bit different. It will. It's going to catch desRow off guard. I want to know if he's going to make a nuke, because if he gets that starport,
that would make me so happy.
And then just goes and drops in desRow's natural. I don't know if a photon overcharge can kill the ghost before the nuke drops. I don't know. But
yeah, we'll see. Yeah, he is going for a medevac here. So, and his ghosts are right in the area where they would get picked up by the medevac. Come on,
man.
build a nuke. It might just be like, is it the 3 ghosts harass Bill? He just drops in ghosts.
The 2-shot probes, I think. So you get 3 of them. That's going to be pretty crazy. Going to be able to deal with them too fast.
If you EMP'd, they'd be one-shotting. So you could EMP all the probes and one-shot from that point. That would be pretty wild. All right, you know what? Oh, he sees the observer. Did he get it?
What?
Oh, no! He burned. Oh, no!
He used 3. No.
Oh, man. He used 3 EMPs for nothing. Oh, man.
Warning
dodges.
shots. That's Jack attack. Warning shots. You come around these parts, you're going to lose power.
Oh, man.
You don't want to lose power, because if
drop.
you did, you wouldn't be able to watch the Team Gravity Fight Night here on Hitbox. So, definitely something you don't want to do.
Definitely, you'd never miss this. Sunday. Team Gravity Fight. You miss this, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
The 4 ghost drop, man. You don't see this anywhere but Fight Night. The 4 ghost drop, it's just brutal. It's going to come in here, and who knows what's going to happen.
He just EMPs him and gets out of there. Keep in mind, Blink is done.
I don't know, man. I don't know about this.
Jack attack. I don't think so either. Like, his plan got revealed a little early. Oh, no. This is not any drop that you're losing. That is so much invested in that. Wow. 3 ghosts in a
Semper going for the style points, and sometimes when you go for the style points, this is what happens. The solid player just rips you a new one. This is one of those scenarios. Semper being, shamed, basically. How dare you?
I know. desRow saying, how dare you, too. He's just like, unacceptable. Maybe giving him that confidence boost on purpose, right? Losing the first 2 games just to be like, all right, now I know he's going to try some funky stuff. Game time. Let's get some momentum here. As desRow playing it as standard as ever. Deals with the kind of shenanigans that Semper did throw at him. And now look at this. He's sitting on 3 bases before the Terran has even finished his own. And I believe he delayed the upgrades by doing all that. Semper, that is. Yeah.
That's 900 minerals and 500 gas that got killed in that medevac.
Oh, God.
That's just insane. Like, there are very few medevacs that are that valuable.
No. I'm trying to think if there's any other way, too, and, like, I really don't think...
Not a Thor, not any bio, anything. Even if you picked up 2 Vikings, no, that wouldn't work. Well, that might be the most valuable medevac ever killed. And
there's one more ghost in there. Yeah.
If there was one more... New patch, man. They're trying to buff the ghost, right? New patch. But we have this drop coming in immediately. Oh, he's got to stay out of range of those stalkers. Getting some shots off. Doing some damage here. But there's a lot of Protoss here, plus the Photon Overcharge. Should be able to clean this up. Oh, will he be able to get the last medevac? Just
going to get away.
That was some wax on, wax off stuff directly from desRow. Excellently defended.
It really was. Yeah, desRow failing at this game for sure. As Semper going to try to move on out. That's a lot of Widow Mines, but desRow does have quite a bit of army here. I don't think that there is an observer, though, just right here. There was one that was watching it, but it wasn't right there.
There's no observer there.
Oh, nice blink right there. Holy snap.
Blaze. Does take out the observer with that scan, so nicely done. The other observer is coming back from the 3rd base of Semper to assist the army here. And it looks like desRow's moving out. He's done a lot of damage so far, so he's feeling pretty good. Taking out that Widow Mine before it's able to deal any damage. Nicely played.
Yeah. Scan gonna see that army continuing to pursue him to that 3rd base. This might prompt him to go ahead and drop the natural of desRow. that doesn't really have much there. There is a mothership core and 3 zealots, so maybe that should be enough for now. But it doesn't look like he's going to be doing it just yet. Those Widow Mines are still there, by the way, at the 3rd base of desRow.
Ooh, nice scan. He's going to drop out of range of any of these cannons. Might even be able to take the mothership core down.
Oh!
Does get the photon overcharge off, but nothing in the main. Luckily enough, the army is here. We could get the upgrade. That would be very nice to get. Oh, just
Once
barely
again, whew, but at the cost of another medevac. And he does get away with another one of those, but if he stays here, he might lose that drop. It is only 2 Marauders, but that medevac is valuable, as there are not a lot of Vikings out just yet for Semper. He needs to get into that Viking production, but he keeps on losing his medevacs. And
I'm surprised he hasn't decided to mix just... I mean, he's already had the Ghost Tech up. You know, just have a Ghost in the army to hang out, to engage, but he's just not going for this... You know, he's still not saying, I'm going to engage you in direct fight. He's just like, no, I don't have to ever do that. I'm just going to continue dropping you. So what if I attack you? No, I'm just going to continue dropping you. But what if I do this particular tech and I have a lot of... No, I'm just going to drop you. That's pretty much... That's what he's going to do.
Yeah, that's pretty much his middle name.
Yeah.
And you know, Jack Attack, actually the... Oh, whoa, there's an attack here, but I was going to say the Ghost. The Ghost, High Templar are already in the mix right now. There's a storm that is being researched. Another big-ass drop is going into the natural.
Feedback is coming down, but it's not enough.
Yeah. Again, desRow hold on here. If he doesn't take a lot of damage here, he's going to be in a great spot because he would be able to kill the 3rd of Semper most likely. But oh no, he has to get drawn all the way back home.
Entire army.
Yep.
Oh man, that's going to absolutely protect the 4th base.
Is going to go down. Is the Templar Archives already down? It is safe right now, so Storm will finish. Oh, no, but the Templar are not safe. Another one going down. They're going to have to morph into an Archon, and is going to bait them into that Widow Mine fire. Another blink? Nope, not in time.
Oh, man. What a great move from Semper. I feel like desRow should have moved forward, but I don't know. Yeah, you know, he knew that 4th base was trying to get up at that point in time, but he just couldn't. He didn't leave enough at home to defend the potential drop. I mean, how can you, right? It's like, oh yeah, you know, I usually, when I move out, I leave enough at home so that if 4 medevacs comes plowing into my base, I can still defend it.
That's the name of the game here tonight, right? 4 medevac. And, oh, 4th base, speaking of 4s, are going to go down. And good Widow Mine hits, actually. I don't know if... actually, there were only mediocre Widow Mine hits there.
Yeah,
not really hitting
out of that last one.
Yeah.
And the first one actually did more damage to his own army. You really got to watch out, especially against those first Zealots. You really got to target that Widow Mine fire so it's aimed at the Stalkers or preferably the Colossus, because Colossus, as you, well, can't blink.
Nope.
That's a big deal.
If they could, we might have another issue on our hands.
Just a bit late.
Oh, no. All the SCVs are going to go down.
Ooh.
They're not even going to try to run away. They're going to stand by that command center to the last second.
Yeah.
And it's still going to go down.
We're in a rough economic position here. Luckily, he did get rid of that 4th base from desRow, so it's still 3 base to 3 base, so he's not out of it. And what is he going to do? Tempo, what is he going to do?
He is probably going to drop.
Yep, that's right. We got another drop coming across the map. And scouted by the Zealot.
Only 3 medevacs? Really, Semper? Come on, man.
Yeah, he's really got to control this vision a little bit more. Nice really move over here in the top middle section with the Dark Templar blocking the gold base. Is pretty nice. Hopefully be able to use
the great part is that he can use it to defend now, too. It doesn't really have to invest as much. But the storm's going down.
Oh, those are the perfect storms, and Semper not microing out of them in the least. Just eating 80 damage to the face. Not suggested at all. Gonna engage these Stalkers a little bit before the Colossus and Storms are in range. Nicely way to do it, and he's got a good arc, but I don't know if he has enough bio to push through here.
I don't think he does either. There's not a lot of healing here at all either. And now, desRow has been targeting down Semper's deadliest weapon, the medevac, right? Using those blink stalkers to blink in, keeps on targeting them. He knows that in the wrong hands, or the right hands, I guess.
Oh, reinforcement coming through here. He's going to be able to target directly at these Colossus, but oh my god, he's just going to barely keep them up. Just a scan, and gets one, almost two. Just barely hangs on with 11 hit points. Just so much aggression from Semper. Even in his engagements, he's super aggressive. Like everything about him, you know, it's great. It's very fun.
Out when I kill you, pretty much. And he is down in a lot of supply. The upgrades here. We're looking at 2-2 versus 3-3 here in the Protoss player's favor.
And no 3-3 on the way at all for Semper.
No, you know, he just can't afford it without his army. He's trying to make his army big, but he's losing a lot of it now, you know, as these drops are becoming less and less effective with the supply just being so good and the advantage of desRow.
DT's coming in as well.
Yep. Oh, and he's using a lot of his scans in order to drop mules, but yep, here comes another one. Just a little bit of attention. Finally seeing a little bit of harassment out of desRow.
Oh,
And
I
feel like that's what you need
it's
to do.
too much. I think it's
Oh,
too
yeah.
much. Look at the supplies. He's going to cancel this base again while maintaining a fourth of his own. If this planetary fortress can get up, he has kind of a chance to maybe do something.
Yeah.
But,
Oh,
he's
the
going to
Colossus.
come in. He's going to target the
Oh.
Colossus. That's a really good start. All these stalkers getting caught out. Also going to get hit by potentially Widowmine. Nice blink there. But he's moving in. Oh, he's attacking some of these things while they're warping in. Mostly just zealots here. Oh, man, but that's it. GG, desRow takes one down. We have a score of 2-1. We've got a best of series on our hands here at Team Gravity's Fight Night, brought to you by Hitbox Spawning Tool, and I believe G2A as well.
G2A. Yep. Get that subscription on the channel, and you will get a voucher, I believe, of whatever you want to call it, a coupon for $5 at GTA. Do you say coupon or coupon? Because I say coupon, but I consciously say coupon sometimes because people are like, it's not coupon, it's coupon.
I think I've definitely done both. Now, here's a test for you. Do you say cumin or cumin? Or do you say neither?
Like the spice?
The spice, yeah. You say cumin or
man.
cumin?
I'd say whatever I feel, I think, because I don't really use it too often.
Because
I say
for like
cumin.
the longest time, man, I didn't know how to say it, and I was worried. I started saying cumin because I was like, I like that.
think I
But
said
you know,
that too.
maybe it is cumin. I don't really know.
Damn. Tomato,
You know,
tomato,
if
potato,
you
potato.
know, very deep, the deep cuts here on Team Gravity Fight, the very important questions are being asked. If you're in the chat right now, definitely let us know if you say cumin or cumin, and also, of course, coupon or coupon. Very,
There's
very
another
important
one like that
questions.
too.
You
I
need to
can't
know.
remember. Well, I guess GIF and GIF is one, but like
GIF
there's
and
another
GIF
one
is
that's
one.
like
Oh,
that.
Cuba and Cuba. I think if you're like from Cuba, you would say Cuba, but
Yeah.
otherwise you say Cuba.
Otherwise you would.
I think that Cuba is actually like an American way to say Cuba. I
Cuba.
believe. If you're Cuban, please let us know.
Yes.
All you
That
Cuban
Cuban guy in
StarCraft
chat's
fans
like,
out
I'm
there.
Cuban, man. What's up? It's Cuba.
Hell yeah.
Cubano. So,
So-
Iron Fortress, Jack Attack. Iron Fortress. 4-player map. First one that we've seen today.
Yeah.
What you thinking? Oh, cross positions too.
Very nice. We do have here, just lost the game. His attacks were finally slot. Oh, and he's asking what was the plan with the 3 ghosts? Oh man, we're gonna have some 4 ghosts, Semper says. That's a good question. Oh man, well, can he win the game as long as he doesn't do any sort of 4 ghost shenanigans? Spawning in the top right-hand corner of the screen, it's Team Gravity Semper.
And his opponent spawning in the bottom left corner, bringing it back. He is down 1 game rather. Maybe he can bring it. It's gonna be desRow. So he said that he made the ghost in order to EMP the mothership core. Now that's pretty cool. I really like that. But he said that he missed the skill shot. Hasn't been playing enough heroes apparently. As
Yeah,
if
man.
he did, he would have
He
been able
would've
to
nailed
get
that
that
skill
easy
shot.
peasy. Easy
Yeah.
peasy.
Sometimes when you're shooting at air units is particularly difficult, especially with the observer, because it's just a ripple in the air, and you don't actually get that flyer helper that shows you this is where you need to click if you want to kill all the mutas, you know. So it can be a little bit tricky with that. But I don't know, with the 4 ghosts, I mean, he's got stalkers.
Yeah,
I mean, the stalkers should be able to deal with the ghosts pretty well. But I'm not sure, man. The ghost is one of those units you don't see, except for these special scenarios. Usually late game TVP, you'll see some ghosts. You pretty much don't see them against Zerg anymore. And in TVT, you don't see him either. So really, it's just late game TVP that the Ghost gets used. And we do have shenaniganry coming out of desRow here. It could be a delayed scout, or it could just be a proxy oracle. We'll have to find out.
Yeah, well, with the Cybercore just beginning, anything is possible. We haven't seen that pylon just yet here, Jack Attack, and there it goes. Pylon right there.
And he's just going for the percentage play here. He's basically saying, if you spawn in the top right or the bottom right, I'll be in a good position. But if you spawn in this one location that you might spawn in, then I'll be a little bit screwed, but not completely screwed.
Yeah. So, definitely taking the chance right there, and he is going to go ahead and drop down that Stargate. Semper, unfortunately for him, is going to be scouting a bit late. He went to the top. Oh, wait, did he go to the... Yeah, he went to the top left first. And now that he has the Reaper...
and these Reaper's going to see it coming from that angle. So he's going to assume, okay, you're spawning in the bottom right. He's going to go there. He's going to see nothing there. And at that point in time, he should know that there's some sort of a proxy in this general area. He should be able to find it. Is Semper's logic skills all the way there? Is his star sense going to happen?
Well, think about it this way. If the probe was just coming from the bottom right, like, you know, say he scouted wrong, maybe he just thought
could have just...
probe...
That's good. That's a good point. I mean, he could have just scouted in that direction.
Yeah.
It's certainly possible. Oh, man.
Well, he didn't
and then, like
check
we were
for
talking about before, this is really unexpected from desRow. desRow does not do this very often at all. And the scout is going to get into desRow's base at the absolute last moment that you could ever see a scout get into your base. This is the ideal scenario for this Oracle that's going to be coming out right now. He scouted the base. He sees what's going on. He should know
He's like,
what's happening now. And
as you see the bunker already going down.
He started the bunker. He does not.
My God.
What, 4 Marines is not enough.
It's too late.
You need 6.
It's too late, Jack Attack. I think desRow's going to be able to kill every single one of these Marines. And then soon the SCVs will follow. desRow, cheeky, gonna get a lot of kills with this Oracle. And the second one is
going for the percentage play, and it absolutely paid it off. Another Oracle coming in because what is he going to do? Widowmine coming out should be able to help. That Oracle's out of energy. You need to get that out of there, man.
I know you don't have energy, but it doesn't mean you don't have any gas.
desRow.
Come on, son.
Come on, desRow. All right. Okay. He's out of there. And more Marines on the way. He is in a position where if he has enough energy, he can engage with 2. But we now have reached the magic number. You need 6 Marines to deal with a single Oracle. Taking a little bit too much damage. What is he doing right now? Oh, man.
I don't know. Yeah, he's taking like a little bit way too much damage.
Keeping that second Oracle alive would have set him up for a double Oracle engage on the Marines, but he's not going for it here. Yeah.
I agree. Like, it's just a little bit too fragile now. Semper can just click on it, kill it. And, I feel like that was that could have been a game winner right there for desRow.
Yeah. A little bit tricky. He might still be able to do it. Nice target firing there, but we could be at the point. No! Oh, my God. Oh man. Gotta commit at that point. Lost some damage.
He was a little timid
that
there.
Little dance.
A little too timid, right?
Damage from dancing. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna, go big or go home at that point in time, as I feel the Johnny Tsunami inside of me telling me to do so,
I was just talking about Brink yesterday, bringing back all those Disney movies. Skate better. It's like StarCraft, guys. If you guys want to get better, all you have to do is play better. It's easy, really easy.
Oh man, I have to go find somewhere that I can watch Brink again. I haven't seen that movie in so long, but I have watched it like 1,000 times because it's like we didn't have HBO or anything cool like that to watch movies on, and like we had like no movies at all that I hadn't seen a million times.
No,
like Star Wars,
they were really
Star
good,
Trek
and like
yeah, man.
I was very.
It'd be on all the
like,
time.
Cool Runnings, right? Oh, that wasn't really technically a Disney movie, but they played it all the time.
Yes, they did.
Down goes the
man.
Splat.
All right, so we have Phoenicians here from desRow. A bit like we talked about before, a bit strange, but unexpected. But of course, you did open with that Oracle, so it makes sense to get what utilization you can out of that that Stargate, and it makes sense that maybe he'll be able to do a little bit of what I was talking about before, go up to 5 or 6 Phoenix, just sort of dissuade the dropping, and just move from there into his normal, comfortable style with the Robo and the Blink and the Colossus and the Death Ball of Doom.
Yes.
Bunker up in the front here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, this is not bad at all, though, right? Like, this is the kind of style I feel like would punish Semper the most. And maybe, you know, desRow didn't really want to do it, but he's going to continue to make them. And he dropped down that Robo, too. So it's not like he's just going Mass Phoenix. He is going to be going into that Robo tech. But his ground army is going to suffer, so he cannot let those drops unload. Or hope that Semper doesn't do a frontal attack. Just straight up.
And that really is that's the frailty of the Phoenix style, is that if they go for a direct attack, you really have to have your stuff in place. A lot of times, just building some cannons or some pylons just to help with that engage.
The spotting,
makes a big difference, and even just in preventing that arc from happening from a Terran. But here we go. We've got the drop coming across.
Oh, please, desRow, tell me you saw those medevacs, because yes, he's repositioning his Phoenixes here. And beautiful. I think this is going to be great. This is exactly what these Phoenixes need to be here for. Oh, they're in the perfect position right now. He needs to be a little bit out, though, I think. He's so scared he doesn't know where they're coming from. Oh, man. Jack attack. Here it goes. It's a little late. It's a bit late, Jack attack, man. There's too much now. It's on the ground. A photon overcharge will go down.
A lot of
Widow Mines. What
5 Widow Mines. That he's just like, he just put a little like position. He's like, I'm going to hang out in this position, and it's gonna be really difficult for you to deal with. It's not even like a, it's just like hang out in the middle
position, if you will.
Yes, he's exactly in place to avoid that photon overcharge. You just chill here. This is really annoying when you get caught in between your bases. Probably the least annoying though for Protoss, just because they can warp in on one side or the other, and their two like sort of rally points aren't split up here. But desRow trying to make some magic happen with these Phoenix.
When the Observer comes out, he can lift up those Widow Mines if he wants to. He's making an Immortal because he does need just units on the ground right now. Colossus will come out very soon, and this drop feels like it can't get out of here. It's essentially trapped. The Widow Mines are covering fire, but he's going for it, lifting up every one of the Widow Mines. There are Marines under it. The Mothership Core goes down, and he's going to get every single one of them, and he's going to chase down the drop. He can lift up the Marines as they drop one by one if he chooses to. Oh, desRow, desRow.
He's kept all those Phoenix are alive after that entire engagement. Halfway Nexus done, and just starting the third is Semper. So really nice defense that worked out very well. The fact that he was able to keep all of his Phoenix alive for that entire engagement was really fantastic for him. It puts him in a great spot. A lot of times it's very easy, especially all those Widow Mines and Marines. Being able to keep the Phoenix alive is very difficult.
Yeah, 100% agreed. He was working off of one gateway that whole time. So a few more are going to be added here as he does take his third base and has already been mining from his natural for a bit. He's getting a lot of the tech that he wanted out. Twilight Council, I believe, should be following very soon, unless he goes for like a giant Colossus attack. But he is going to be choosing to go for those upgrades right now. 1-1 on the way. Semper has been delaying his upgrades just a little bit too. Well, I guess not really. He had to deal with, of course, the Oracle.
Right.
And he does that one engineering bay style, and then when that +1 armor is almost done, drop the armory in another engineering bay into 2-2.
Right. Yeah, so it looks like because if Grav Semper goes for that, which he probably will be about even on the upgrades. Nice scout over here. Picks up this proxy pawn from desRow. We got a major attack coming from center right here. Not something Semper does very often. We have a ground attack. Direct attack. Oh, these two Colossus are totally vulnerable. One going down. The second one getting targeted as well. So much value is getting absolutely decimated by the army of Semper. desRow also going to lose it third. It looks like this is potentially critical damage against Semper, and oh my god, there might be too many Marines for these Phoenix to deal with. They are getting targeted down, and that's it with the direct attack. 3-1, Gravity Semper is victorious.
What? Unbelievable. I think desRow forgot that they could actually attack like straight up, and he was like, "What? Wait, what? What's going on here?" The ground army attacking on the ground, walked all the way across that map.
And
that's too
funny.
Man.
That's
GG's though. Yeah, they both.
GG's. Those were some great games.
Indeed. Very interesting opening out of desRow. Didn't work out. It was so close to working out. Like he caught Semper completely off guard, and he might have been caught off guard. Like he might have surprised himself by how off guard he caught Semper. He's like, "Oh crap! Like, am I about to win?" And then was a little bit, beating around the bush with those oracles. And then he lost a little bit too much shield on it, so that he couldn't go in with that 2 Oracle attack to follow it up.
Yep. Yeah, if he had full hit points on those 2 oracles, he would have been engaged that marine cluster easily. 2 oracles can handle 11 marines.
Oh yeah,
and
for
the
sure,
marine
man.
count was nowhere near 11 at that point. I think it was 8 or 7 or 8 or something like that. So he could have been clear out the whole army there, and then he would have free range of the mineral line because that bunker got canceled.
Exactly,
or
yeah,
salvaged or something like that. He removed the bunker at that point. He thought he was safe.
Indeed. Well,
but in any case,
I believe our next matchup is going to be Petraeus and Igus, or yeah, it should be, right?
Petraeus and Igus, yep, that will be our next match. But before we get to that, we are going to take a quick commercial break. Thank you, of course, to our sponsors, Hitbox, G2A, and Spawning Tool. See you guys soon.
Alrighty.